Hello.
Yo.
And welcome to this video. And it's an exciting one that we were supposed to be doing in May, but with everything that's gone on it got postponed. So today we are at Chessington World of Adventure. I haven't been here for at least 20 years.
Never been here.
Never been. Chessington, if you don't know, is very much the family-friendly theme park in the Merlin Parks arsenal. But the reason we're here is because we've got a VIP experience to go and, I think, feed, but I'm not entirely sure what we're doing.
Do something with penguins.
That sounds wrong. To go and, I'm assuming, feed penguins, but that's later on this afternoon. But we're here. The park, I think, opens today 10 AM till 4 PM. We're about 10:30 now, so we're going to go in, ride some rides, feed some penguins, have a jolly good day.
Hopefully.
Yeah, so I'll catch you once we're through all of the tickets and stuff. So we're in, we had our temperature check, bag search, and then straight through the turnstiles.
Is that a roller coaster or is that
It's either building work or a roller coaster. So yeah, all very, very easy.
Seems quite quiet as well.
Yeah, there are some rides at the moment that have like a 45-minute queue, but they seem to be...
Majority have 5 minutes though, don't they?
Yeah, they seem to mainly be the ones that are aimed at kids in buggies, so that makes sense because there's a lot of kids in buggies. So we should be good to, you know, do what we want to do. Which way do we want to go? So the first ride of the day is going to be Vampire, which is one I remember as a kid.
It's a blood
Cool. I remember really enjoying this as a child. Here's the waterfall. There we go. So just done Vampire, it was a walk-on, which is always nice. Did have to wear a mask, so that's a bit of a strange
it was fine.
feeling on a roller coaster, but that was fine. You know, all of that scream within your heart stuff that the Japanese are promoting. Yeah, what did you think?
It's pretty good.
Your first Chessington.
It was quite good. I can't remember the last time I've been on a ride where, you know, you get up at the start slowly, where you had to go up twice on the ride, so you go up again midway, which means the ride can pull itself up basically.
Yeah.
It's momentum. But it was still pretty good, yeah.
It was as good as I remembered. We were at the back, which is always my favourite place because it makes you go faster.
Didn't really see what was coming.
No, and you don't know what's happening. And
Probably a good
because
thing.
Pete's never been here, has never done it, and I haven't done it for coming up to or over 20 years, we had no idea. So it's a lot of fun. So we're now going to go on our way to go on Dragon's Fury,
Yeah.
which is this one by the side of us that you can hear, which looks like it's one of those spinny coaster things.
Yeah. Teacup on a roller coaster.
Yeah, I think one of the only ones I've ever done is the one at Alton Towers, the Spinball Wizard, and I'm assuming this is exactly the same because it's the same company, just with a different name. Yeah, it comes past.
Weird.
So, give this one a go. I don't have any contraction to be able to film on rides, so I'll have to give you off-ride footage and then let you know what I think. Change of plan. Dragon's Fury had a 45-minute wait, so we're going to hold off and assume it gets quieter towards the end of the day, as it's the first ride you can see at the park. And we've come to Mexicana to try out either rattlesnake or Scorpion Express. this one.
Walking
The other one there, and the other one, that one.
Let's get this one first. Right, cool. Do you reach that?
Of course I
sorry, I
reached
thought it was
that.
this bit. I thought it was this. I think I had to reach that for a second.
No, so this one's a 15-minute wait. So we'll give Rattlesnake a go. And yes, I am taller than 1.4, you big moose face. Yeah, Rattlesnake was a bit rough, and Pete decided not to sit next to me, so I had the front row and I'd put my legs one side of the thing, because obviously the seat is for two people.
It would have been very easy squash for two of us.
What?
So I thought I'd go in the back because we had the whole thing to ourselves.
Yes, it's one party per car.
And I put my legs in between the two, and I just got shoved around over the two seats, basically.
Silly.
Very fun still, because
I mean,
it probably made it better if anything.
it was a good ride, it's just a bit painful. So now we're going to go on to Scorpion Express, which is a 5-minute queue.
This is a good thing, Park, being at 5-minute queues.
Scorpion Express, you will need to have a blue split face mask.
Which probably means this is going to be a walk up, but there you go, Scorpion Express. Yeah, my leg's a bit bruised now.
Did you get shoved around as well?
Oh, massively. I came out my seat several times. It's my cue to go.
Queue up.
So we've just been on Scorpion Express. It took us round 3 times. It seemed like the woman... 4 times. Took us round 4 times. The woman in front of us obviously comes quite often, and I was like, why is it going round this many times? So we obviously got an extra one.
What was her excuse for not wearing a mask?
She had asthma.
Oh, didn't hear her.
But yeah, there's a number of people not wearing masks. No one seems to social distance in a queue. And there isn't a huge amount of hand sanitizer, but
Yeah, we don't. That ride was good. The ride before.
yeah, I mean, the other two haven't had any.
Yeah.
So there we go. Where are we off to next week? Next up, it's very loud. Toon Blaster. So I'm taking Pete on all these rides. I have a vague recollection of what they are. He has no idea what I'm taking him on. So Toon Blaster was not happening. There's a technical issue.
Someone pulled a gun out, and like the fake guns, obviously, and exposed the wire.
So that's down for technical issues. So we decided to come out and have some lunch instead. So we're just at Just Chicken, which is basically right outside Toon Blaster. We've both gone for a chicken premium burger, so let's see what it's like. Pete can taste test.
Less for you.
On the scale of 1 to KFC.
What's the scale?
1 to KFC.
Was it just chicken? 5 or 6. It's a bit dry.
Thought that was pretty good.
He improved. 7 out of 10.
It's a standard chicken burger. It filled a hole. Because we got the burger on its own, I don't think it was extortionately priced for a theme park. It was what? How much for the burger?
£4.75. It's a really bad deal actually, because it's £8.25 for a meal deal for only £4.75 for the burger. So you're paying like £3.50 just for chips and drink, which is quite a lot.
I mean, we brought our own water, so that's that one. So, what's the time?
They were there.
It's 12:30.
Hopefully they have fun.
Our penguin thing, we have to be there for 2. So we have an hour and a half to kill. So, do you want to see if we can get on Toon Blaster, or do you want to have a go at Safari?
Let's do Safari because we should be able to fit that in. And then if we have time, we can do class.
Sounds like a plan.
On the Safari. That'd have been good to be sitting over there, wouldn't it?
Something obstructing the route. It looks like there's an abandoned space up ahead, and there's no sign of a research team it belongs to. We recommend that you find an alternative route.
Don't worry, we will never get. Well, I've seen all the good swamps now.
He's going to go have a good sniff at the jungle, I think that's soon on.
So we definitely didn't wait an hour for that.
Only about 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, it's quite a short queue really.
It's quite a short ride as well, isn't it?
And the audio in that truck was rubbish. I know it's for children, but I know there was stuff being said and it might have had some interesting facts, but I couldn't hear a word they were saying.
The shield's up.
Yeah, and I wasn't sat at an edge, so my view of things wasn't great because of the perspex. It was saying 30 minutes now as a queue time. But we're going to go and see if we can get back on Tomb Blaster. Take 2.
Arriving shortly. Please prepare to board.
You would have seen a little bit of in-ride footage there if I've actually managed to film anything decent. But that's why I'm saying I lost to Pete if you saw the scores, because I had to faff about with the camera for a little bit.
We'll give you that excuse.
Yeah, I need an excuse, I would have lost anyway.
It's not on a Toy Story Mania level at all, but it's still quite fun.
And there was a giant snake. Which I remember, because I remember going, die that snake! No, because I was too far from the snake this time. Being on the very edge of the room means you're very limited on how many scarabs you can get to.
Oh, really?
So that's also my excuse.
You get the right way?
Yeah, wandering somewhere. I'm not sure where we're going now. What we're going on. But on our way somewhere. Managed to sneak a ride on Dragon's Fury, which is this roller coaster.
10-minute queue instead of 45 at the start of the day, yeah. That's the
Right, yeah. It's the hill. It's the pull up on the hill.
Yeah.
What were you going to say? It reminds you of...
It actually reminds me a bit of like my favourite ride, which is X2 in California.
Magic Mountain.
Magic Mountain, yeah.
Six Flags.
Six Flags, yeah.
It's Magic Mountain.
Like a a smaller version of it, a very, very smaller, but how you move around loads as this roller coaster going around.
Yeah.
Which is actually my favourite ride. So that was good. Like it was a baby version of it.
Yeah,
but it was
a good family-friendly version of it.
But actually really good, and I would definitely recommend going backwards because I thought that was great.
Yeah, backwards.
Because at the start, obviously you turn around, but at the start you don't know what's happening. You go downwards, backwards. It's good.
So, picture of our ride photo here. Yeah, I'm saying the word G's as that's being taken. So, there we go.
Alarm penguins.
Yeah, so we're now going to go off and see if we can find our meeting place for our penguin experience, which, when we walked past it earlier, looked very closed, so
I'm sure.
wish us luck.
Apologies about that, everyone. So the penguin species that we've got here at Chessington are a species of penguin known as Humboldt penguin, and it's a species bred from Chile and Peru, and they can be found on the coastlines of these areas in the southeastern Pacific Ocean. Now, in regards to where they would live along these coastlines, the
Spoiling all their
would
fish pizzas
build
on the
their
floor.
nests along the islands or the rocky sort of patches or even on the beaches as well. So in regards to building their nests, the penguins use some...
Descanso en raccoons at the moment. We still have our capybaras there. They can move to the tiger area. We will let them. Yeah, so we're not doing it at the moment just for obvious reasons. But yeah, we just do it and yeah, so
Chuck some in, Faye.
yeah, we're very small.
Chuck some in. Faye, chuck a bunch in.
So we've just finished our penguin experience, which was Pete's Christmas present.
Thank you.
Let him say how he found it.
I guess it's a slight shame you can't like touch the penguins or anything, but actually it doesn't matter really.
Well, to be fair, the penguins are too busy touching you.
Yeah, I mean they're too busy like nipping at your fingers, but
Whacking you, like walking into you and walking
like
over your
tap
feet
your
and
fingers
stuff.
like, hey, can I have some food please? But yeah, no, it was really good. It was this bucket of fish was massive,
Yeah,
and
huge
they pretty
bucket
much
of
got
fish.
through the whole thing. I think it was 10 kilograms, he said.
Yeah, twice a day.
Twice a day.
But there was 16 penguins,
Was there? Yeah.
or 26.
No, one was 26 years old.
One was 26 years old.
That was the oldest.
Yeah.
And they reigned
So there are
through
buddies.
26.
They're now all full and content
Yeah,
of the wonderful feeding that they just had.
it was really good. Good experience.
Yeah, but it's something that we've wanted to do for a long time, so because we have a weird thing about penguins.
It's because every single time we go to a zoo, the penguin enclosure was always closed for like each time.
No, the cold penguin enclosure.
Okay, cold penguins just don't
So
exist.
we've never seen an emperor penguin. So we're now wondering if they're actually a real.
What was the biggest one we saw? We saw one that's...
We saw a king penguin, but we've never seen an emperor penguin. I asked her whether some of the penguins don't come out if it's not trainers that they don't know, and she was like, yeah, there's certainly one or two that are definitely going to be in the water. So we had to make sure that we threw enough out for them.
Yeah, I'd say definitely worth it. I don't know how much it cost you, but it was worth it. So
It was a lot of fun. I'm glad we did it.
yeah.
And I'm glad it all worked out, because when it got to like 2:20 and there was no one there to come and meet us, despite saying that we had to meet at 2.
Yeah, she came at 25 past, so 5 minutes before.
But to be fair, there's no real health and safety things for it. You have to wear long trousers and closed shoes, which is understandable. And then they gave us some gloves. And that was that. I probably do smell a bit of fish now.
You quite like the penguins that like budge you out the way like this to get to the fish.
Yeah, there was a load of penguins that were stood, because there's like this little rock bit. I've added some clips in before so you would have seen what it's like. But they stand on a rock and you just take a feed in. But there's a bunch of them that they stick their wing at so that the one next to them can't get in the way to get the fish from them. It was just very funny. But yeah, we're now gonna go and try and get on the Gruffalo, see what the queue line is for that. It's like, because I remember it when it was Bubble Works. That's as long as I've not been here.
Don't pull Daddy's beard out. Or Daddy's hair.
Pete's just going along with it.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah, it's going.
See, I like the Gruffalo ride. I like that kind of ride. Nice jump to the boat ride.
I don't really know anything about Gruffalo, so I don't really know what's going on, but
Well, it was a very clear story.
yeah.
All the other animals don't think the Gruffalo, or the mouse doesn't think the Gruffalo exists, and the other animals are telling him about the Gruffalo. And then he meets the Gruffalo. Yeah, but it does look like, from my vague, very, very distant past memory of Bubble Works, that they have actually kept some of the effects, like the water rainbows, or whatever you want to call them. Vaguely remember them being in Bubble Works. But I like the little screens and stuff.
Yeah, they were cool.
I think it was clever. So, liked it.
The rattlesnake.
Huh?
The rattlesnake.
Yeah, of course I was, you know, backwards to the snake. We are now wandering over to Wild Asia. I think Pete's flagging.
Getting there.
Pete's struggling today.
Clearly, 30 minutes left from the park. Yeah. Right at the end of the day.
We also saw a bit of the sea lion show, so that was fun. With Harley, the Californian sea lion.
Yeah, that was good. Clever animals.
So we've come to do the Trail of the Kings bit at the zoo to end up at the fox enclosure, which we see on our road all the time. There's a fox in this one.
A little bit less rugged than the ones in the garden though.
So, bit weird that being in a zoo.
They haven't really got much space to like walk around, have they? Is that Ivan?
Just about to leave, we're back in our flamingo car park.
I didn't see any flamingos.
We walked past an enclosure, we just didn't look at them. And that's sort of similar to a lot of our day, in that there was a lot that we didn't do. There's a lot that we did do.
We did quite a lot, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we probably could have got a bit more at the zoo done in that, like, 40 minutes we waited for her to come for the penguins, if we'd known.
30 minutes, yeah.
No, because we got there at like 10 to 2 anyway. So, you know, in hindsight, but obviously we didn't want to miss doing our penguin feed, which was really cool. I enjoyed that a lot.
Very good. It was really good. It was the best bit. Along with Dragon Fury.
Yeah, that was the best ride. I liked that one. That was fun. But yeah, as I say, there's probably a few more rides and animals and stuff that it would have been good to go and see. Like, I kind of wanted to go into the Sea Life Centre, but we didn't get around to that bit. But yeah, good day all in all.
Yep. Queues were pretty short.
Yeah, queues were, well, either we just planned our day weirdly well and managed to get a lot of short queues, or the queues were just short. No. The food, as I said, we only had the burger, but it was tasty, it was nice. I don't think it was too overpriced. I mean, it is overpriced, but it's in a theme park, so I don't think it's too extortionate.
I think it was reasonable, but the meal deal seemed like a bit of a rip-off.
Yeah, and the, without giving prices, the VIP experience, I think, was worth the money. The only bit is car parking. I don't know why you have to pay for car parking, particularly if you're only parked on a grass verge anyway.
Yeah, it should be included in the ticket price, shouldn't it?
But there we go. I don't think I mentioned it before, but we're here on Friday the 11th of September 2020, hence the face masks. So capacity's reduced anyway, and it's all pre-booked. It didn't feel too busy, but it felt busy, if that made sense.
I thought it was pretty quiet.
Not everybody was adhering to social distancing and face masks and all of that, which was slightly frustrating. And after saying that I hadn't seen any hand sanitizer around the park and stuff,
There was loads.
it was everywhere. And they seemed to clean the vehicles every
half hour.
half hour? Every half hour. But I was surprised that they didn't put distance between parties in, say, the little tubs on Gruffalo's River Adventure or rows in Vampire and things like that. I was surprised there wasn't a bit more spacing. But yeah, all in all, I think Chessington have done a pretty good job on the old COVID safety stuff. We even got temperature checked on the way in, but I have no idea what my temperature was. Anything else to add?
Nope, that's good.
So, on that note, we're gonna go home. I'm hungry, so we're gonna go get some food. So if you've liked it, give it a thumbs up.
And subscribe.
Yeah, why do you never do the routine?
Because I do this bit, you do that bit.
And subscribe if you haven't already, because we've got a few more adventures coming up. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!